I found out that my husband has a side piece, and he tried to evict me and our children from his house, so I screwed him over legally. We have 4 kids, 8, 6, 5, and 2, and I haven't worked since the oldest was born. Our relationship has been bad since before my youngest daughter was born because we hadn't meant to get pregnant. He said it was my fault because I was not careful. This week I was not feeling okay, so I went to the doctor for a check, but to my huge surprise, I tested positive for an STI. The first thing that came to my mind was, of course, that it had come from my husband. I investigated and confronted him, and he admitted it. We had a huge fight, and he stormed out of the house. However, my credit card was declined at the grocery store yesterday, and I couldn't get cash. It turns out he has emptied all of our accounts. I was in charge of the bills and finances. I knew exactly how much was in our checking, savings, and money market accounts. He's also changed his password for his 401k. He didn't respond to my frantic texts all day, but just sent me an email saying I had a week to get myself and my kids out of his house, and I had better get a job or go back to my parents if I expect to feed them. We bought the house together before the kids were born, and I paid half the down payment. I have no money or credit cards, so I can't get a lawyer. I sit here staring at a Christmas tree, crying and wondering if I'll have to return my children's presents for food. I have no idea how this happened. Update. This all happened on a Sunday, so there wasn't a lot I could do right then. I put the kids to bed, called my mom, and cried. Then I called my mother-in-law, who was horrified. My in-laws came over that night with $200 in cash and a check for much more. My father-in-law didn't say much, but he did fix my bathroom door, which is how he shows affection, and muttered that he would fix this. I opened a new checking account at a new bank with the check my in-laws gave me. I opened a new credit card in my name. My mother deployed a niece to help with childcare for the next week. I called in a lot of child-minding favors, and with the cash my in-laws gave me, I could pay the babysitter while I worked this out. I met with 2 divorce attorneys, and both of them told me that he was legally screwed. I chose one, and we set the process in motion to get an emergency hearing. But by Tuesday, my old checking account had most of the money back, and my husband was asking to talk. On the advice of my lawyer, I took half of the checking account money, put it in my new bank, and kept records of everything. I pulled our credit reports, and he has over $40,000 in credit card debt. I also learned he received a raise last year and funneled this money out of our shared accounts. I would have figured this out when I did our taxes, leading to him panicking and trying to erase us. I'm an accountant by trade, and I'm afraid of CC debt the way some girls are scared of spiders, so I was horrified about this. But my lawyer thinks it's likely that he'll have to have this debt on his own, as my name isn't on it. And it seems that most of it was spent on his side piece. We had started mediation, which he agreed to when he realized he would need to pay for both of our divorce attorneys. My goal, which my lawyer thinks is reasonable, is to ask for alimony until I either remarry, not likely, or my 2-year-old is in school full-time, and to have a reasonable amount of child support until she's 18. Then we'll split college costs for all of them. I can concentrate on returning to work when all the kids are in school. I also plan to sell the house and buy a smaller home in a less elite section of town. The kids can share rooms, and I can live mortgage-free. So I'm heartbroken and diseased, but there's also an incredible weight that is lifted from me.